Alright, Morrowind. We continue. Straight off the back of the last episode, I've swapped my coffee out for a can of Guinness. And I feel ready to explore a bit further north in Solstheim. We have, I think, maybe 1, maybe 2 days to kill before we need to return to Raven Rock. Captain Carius has been kidnapped. Marissa, the Imperial Priestess, she's missing somewhere north near Lake Fjelding. So that's up there as well. And we have the mysterious Snow Dealer, the Moon Sugar Spiker, to track down. He's got a workshop somewhere out in the snow. That's our only lead. So, now before I leave, I'm just going to take my canvases with me today. So basically what I'm saying is we've got a lot of exploring to do. We need to kind of map out the island a little bit. So while we're out there, I thought I'd take our easel. And maybe a couple of canvases. Maybe do some painting while we're out there. Bogged Up, you're doing a great job. You just stay here. Take a square one? No, I don't like square ones.
I don't care for those elves.
Greetings, Altmer. How may I help you?
So, where to go? It is early in the morning, 6 AM. Just straight north. I suppose let's wander north and just see if we see any landmarks on the way. Maybe we can visit this Thirsk place. That's north, but before the Skarl village. That feels like the next landmark that we know about anyway. Next landmark to find. If I see a Spriggan, I'm going to soul trap it. It's a nice day though. It feels almost... I think it feels a bit warmer on Solstheim, but I'm sure as we head north it's going to get snowy and cold again. The dense forest does kind of obscure your view. You can't really see that far. Who are you? Are you a... Oh, we've got a Spriggan. Alright, let's take care of the Spriggan first. And I think you're probably a Thrice Hag, so I might try and calm her and see if I can speak to her. Is there a spell maker on Solstheim somewhere? That would be handy.
That's all you got?
Oh, see that? It's much more effective.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now we can deal with the Spriggans. Shame I don't have more soul gems with me. Is there a place to get... There's not really any mages on Solstheim, are there? Maybe in the Skarl village, maybe at Thirsk. I need someone to get soul gems, and some spell making would be good. Can I calm you? You know what I could do with some magic. Maybe if I can absorb some.
You're nothing.
Oh, maybe not though. Wait now. Ah.
Now this is fighting.
For a second,
This is too easy.
No, maybe she's too high level. Okay, that felt more difficult than it needed to be. Oh! We've got soul gems, but nothing seems to fit in a greater soul gem. I've got some wolf boots, 18. And the Nordic mail is still better. I'll take them though, I'll try and get a full set. Yeah, I could enchant some equipment today, so in fact I should enchant something now. Because Azura's start needs to be empty yet, so. Right, I've left the boots at home. Let's do a healing spell on something. So. Make an enchanted item. The capacity 15 or 15, so. The boots, healing boots, does that make sense? No, maybe I'll do the other glove. This can be the other healing hand. One's for me, one's for other people. Cast when used, healing hand, right. Oh, should rest and meditate. I've leveled up. Okay, that'll do. Right, and now I can soul trap this other Spriggan. I don't have magic. I can use this power. That'll give me a load of magic briefly. It's a bit of a waste. But oh, I've got some. Oh, I made a couple of restore magic potions. Yeah, I did some alchemy between episodes. The potions are quite bad though. I'll save the power though.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, can make short work of Spriggans now.
Let's get to the top of the hill, see if I can see anything from up here. We've got a change in music as we go further north. Enter the Insinfia Plains. Oh, there's a cave over there. Go on then, let's check it out. Brodier Grove. Is this an important place? You will die where you stand, someone's shouted. It was a berserker. Do you think I can calm him? Well, that was my one chance and I failed with the spell. Quite fast. Berserker. Take the siege armor. Stone of Lender. Stone of Hunrua. Stone of Nikulas. And maybe there was a fourth that's been... No, that looks like a bit of a path that's been made. Oh, this feels like something... Something we could paint, doesn't it? Wolf claws. Alright, let's set up the canvas. Oh, bear!
Weren't expecting that, were you?
Don't taunt the bear, Solstheim. Position that just by there. Attach a canvas. I think we want like kind of this view, don't we? That, and the lighting's lovely at the moment as well. I've got that kind of purpley hue paint. I do watercolor here, I think. And we can do different color palettes. Quite psychedelic. I quite like those colors. I think they're pretty good. Wash the contrast a little bit. Down brightness. Like that. Messing with the fog now. No, it looks good. Maybe like that. Oh, it's named it after one of the stones, and it was all of them. So what is this called? Brodier Grove. Cool. Maybe someone in here can tell us about this place. Oh, it is a dwelling. Ulfgar the Unending's dwelling. So this is how the Ooh, is that like a weird enchantment on that sword? I've never seen that before. What's going on with that? This is how the Nords live, the native Nords on Solstheim. He's not even wearing any shoes.
Again.
Oh, sorry, am I intruding? Ah, visitor, and an elf no less. In my youth I would have hewn you like an oak and bathed in your invader blood. But that was a long time ago, and the years have mellowed my mood. In any event, it's been quite a while since I've had company. I'm afraid I don't have much to offer a guest. Unless, of course, you've come to hear a barbarian's sad tale. Well, Ulfgar, it just so happens that I'm killing some time today, so yeah, go ahead, tell me your sad tale. I came to Solstheim with 4 of my brothers in arms. We were on a quest, you see. We were getting close, we could feel it, but then one of our fellowship, a powerful sorcerer named Grimkel, betrayed the rest of us. It's always the sorcerer. He laid an ambush and assailed us with powerful magicka. I managed to slay Grimkel, but not before my 3 other companions were turned to stone. You may have seen them, for they are the 3 standing stones of Brodier Grove, not far from here. I have. I've met your friends, sort of.
Yeah, but tell me about Brodia Grove. Brodia Grove is where Grimkel ambushed us. My friends were turned to stone on that very spot, and there they remain, a monument of betrayal. I too was caught in the spell, but I thought I'd been spared its effects. I was wrong. Instead of killing me, like it did my friends, Grimkel's magicka turned me into living stone. You see, these events did take place 500 years ago. I have remained here ever since, and here I will stay until I finally find the entrance to Sovngarde. Ulfgar, that's why they call you the Unending then, I suppose. Pray tell, what is a Sovngarde? Sovngarde is the name of the fortress erected by the god Shor as a gift to the valiant. It is said that if a Nord can locate the hidden entrance to Sovngarde, they can dwell in its mead-filled halls forever. That's the quest we were on, you see. It's why Grimkel betrayed us, why he tried to turn us all to stone. He was attempting to create his own magical portal to Sovngarde. Now, Grimkel is dead, as are my friends, and I have failed our quest. Don't you understand? For 500 years I have searched for the entrance of Sovngarde. I have been all across the Empire and back, but I cannot find it. Once my friends and I served Ysgramor and counted ourselves among his 500 companions. We helped drive the elves out of Skyrim. Yeah, he's not fond of elves, is he, this guy? We earned our place in Sovngarde. If in your travels you discover the entrance to Sovngarde, let me know, and I will be forever in your debt. I have tried and failed. Right. Well, if I do find Sovngarde, I find it highly unlikely that an Ultima is going to find the entrance to Sovngarde, to be honest, and I don't think we'd really be welcome there. But if we do stumble across it, maybe we'll come back and let you know. Do you know where Thirsk is? We're going to Thirsk. Thirsk is a mead hall. It's just to the east of Lake Fjelding. Okay, I think someone else might have told us that. Hey, do you know anything about werewolves? People who actually turn into wolves? They sound worse than berserkers. Yeah. They do. What about Thrice Hags? The Thrice Hags are powerful and savage mages dedicated to the teachings of Kine, the mother of men. They despise anyone not of their order and will attack on sight. I want to get in with the Thrice Hags. What's Skarl? They live in a village on the northern coast of Solstheim. They hold the island's bears and wolves in very high regard. Little secret. They say there's pirate treasure buried somewhere on the island. Been here for 100 years and nobody's ever found it. Nice. They say Spriggans die 3 deaths. I've solved that problem. It was the first problem I solved. Hey, do you know about Raven Rock? I'm setting up a mining colony. Wanna work for me there? Raven Rock is on the southern shore toward the west end of the island. Its name comes from black colouring caused by all the ebony ore that can be found there. That's why it's called Raven Rock. It's not a shaped stone. Alright, okay. Yeah, look at that sword. It's got like electric going down it. I don't remember installing a mod which does that. That is very cool. I'm not going to just kill him for it. Remind a little sketch of this, a little sketch of like how the Nords live. Yeah, that's cool. If I bring the fog right in.
Something like that. I like that. It's cool. Ulfgar the Unending's dwelling. Perfect. Ulfgar, do you mind if we rest here? No, it's illegal. Do you have a bed I can borrow or something? What the hell's that? Ulfgar, do you have roommates? Is it a Reichling? Ah, hello. We won't tell Ulfgar. I don't know if that was his mate. A Reichling warrior. Reichling blade, that's cool. I don't know if I should really be killing these guys. They didn't...
Not impressed.
I am kind of invading their home, but Siltonelli is a bit... She's not worried about like goblins and Reichlings and stuff. They're all the same to her. They attack her, they're fair game. Let's see, they were guarding something down here. Wolf Gauntlet, okay. Um, 18, so... Yeah, it does give me a better armor rating. I can wear that for now, because that's the glove that heals other people. But yeah, I should enchant the Wolf Gauntlets at some point then. Restore health cheap. Oh, 200 gold. There you go, worth killing a couple of weird frost goblins for. So we'll come back here if we ever find Sovngarde, I guess. I'm not holding my breath. Oh, in that case then, I guess we've learnt that this place is safe enough. Maybe we can camp here for an hour. We'll rest for an hour. And I have ascended to level 32. The results of your hard work and dedication always look like luck to saps, but you know you've earned every ounce of your success. I think I'm reading the same message every time I level up now. Willpower times 4. I don't really want willpower though. Endurance times 3, for sure. Strength times 3. Yeah. And agility or intelligence? I think I'm going to go intelligence. I'm not sure how high this can go now because I've got weird modifiers pushing it over 100. But more intelligence, more magic. Sounds good to me. And from here we can keep going north. I suppose we're going to Lake Fjölding. That seems like the next best place to stop. Oh, I love it out here. It's such a different, such a change of pace. I'm kind of glad I didn't install any big landscape overhaul for Solstheim because I can't really remember this place. And I'm quite enjoying discovering it as is, to be honest. Look
look at this. This is cool. Do have a bit of magic. I'm wondering whether to try and absorb a spell. No, I take too much damage from elemental attacks. Oh, I think I managed to absorb one then. There we go, frost salts is what I'm after. Okay, let's hike up this hill. Bet it's cold here. Let's put on the wolf helmet. Starting to look the part now. Lots of frost atronachs around here. I wonder if they're more common in a snowstorm. I guess probably not. I think Morrowind's a bit too simple for stuff like that, but that would be cool. Another one there. I could do with some, like, resist frost enchantments, couldn't I? Right, I think there's a little dwelling by there. Let's try and get in there. See if I can kill this Atronach without attracting anything else. Damn, I got shot in. Ambushed. Got her.
Just stand still!
Alright, we got restore health, bear cuirass. I bet that looks quite cool as well, but yeah, I really like how the bear armor looks. Unfortunately, no good with medium armor. I did manage to absorb a little bit of magic there, 49. Solstheim, a place named Gron. Let's have a look in Gron then. Skulls, that looks threatening. Oh wow, look at this though. A berserker.
You should have picked an easier opponent.
Come on! Come on!
Ow. He was tough. What boots are you wearing? That's the bear boots. The bear armor is really cool.
How does it feel to know death is near?
Ooh, you should ask yourself that. You died quick. Nord Mead. Do I want to delve into a big cave full of berserkers? I'm not sure I do. What's that? Is that a special sword? Nordic Silver Claymore. 8 to 40. I don't think I want a claymore.
I don't think it's massively valuable, is it? Oh, it is. Somehow I've just gotten used to playing without a crosshair, and it's not too bad. Quite like it. Now, what do we have down here then? A load of berserkers. Come on.
That's your best, huh?
I don't think they're ever going to have anything I really want on them. Don't really know what I'm doing down here.
It'll be your blood here, not mine.
Enough of this!
Yeah, enough of this.
That's all you got!
One of Siltanelia's favourite pastimes. Killing Nords. Oh, there's an awful lot of them in here, though. I think I'm going to leave, because this seems like a lot of work, and I don't really know what we're expecting to find down here. Not really getting a lot from killing these Nords, these berserkers. Love the tile set, though. I love these caves. Right, just over here, we should pretty much be at the lake. Here we go. What on earth is that? Ah! Ah! Oh, completely ruined the mood then, you stupid bristleback. I think this is Siltanelia's first time seeing a hawker. Are they friendly? Oh, oh. What if you get too close? But it's not particularly threatening, though. Oh. Thirsk, I assume. Here he comes. Ooh, any day now I'm going to regret bothering this little fella. They're really quite cute, actually, apart from the nightmare mouth. Hello. Alright, let's leave him alone. I love the sounds of all the ice cracking. Not sure. I get quite a low frame rate out in the wilds of Solstheim. I'm not sure why. Get quite a low frame rate looking this direction. I don't think it. I'm not sure if it is the trees. Maybe it is. I might that's not too bad. I can live with it. So the lake's not too big. I was expecting a bigger lake, I suppose. And then it turns into a river. Is it a river? Because it seems to split the island in half, this river. In which case it wouldn't be a river, it'd be something else. And this wouldn't really be a lake. Because it seems to go like all the way down here. Something glowing down there. If there's stuff beneath the ice, I'm happy never knowing about it. I hate going underwater. And I particularly hate going underneath ice. That's like my worst nightmare. Right, is this Thirsk? It is Thirsk. MS Essentials Reset.mp3. Weird. I will take a picture of that. Try and locate that file. Yes, continue. Looks like a Muse just crashed. And here comes the battle music. That's confusing. Alright, let me save and reload. Oh yeah, it looks like Muse has properly crashed. I'm going to try restarting the game. Okay, indeed that file that the game said was missing. I don't know what reset MP3 is for. I assume it's like a blank file that Muse maybe plays when it jumps from one playlist to another. So I just made an empty sound file and put it in the correct place and everything seems to be working. Apparently there's no kind of playlist setup for Thirsk. I must have overlooked that years ago when I was setting up all the music for this, because I did the playlist for this game, all the Muse playlists for the different regions and stuff when I installed Morrowind. So I set all the Skyrim music to play here years and years ago. I guess I overlooked Thirsk, so get to enjoy the original Morrowind soundtrack while we're in here, which is quite cool. I quite like this. This is a bit different.
Oh, welcome to Thirsk, friend. You should speak to Skolder Wolfrunner. He's the chieftain of this hall and wishes to meet all new arrivals.
Cool. Okay, I will. Where's the Cliff Racer? Isn't the Cliff Racer meant to be in here? Oh well. Ulfrun. Who have we heard of? Are you someone I've heard about? We were recommended to speak to a couple of people here. I can't remember who. Hail, stranger. I am Ulfrun, and I welcome you to the Mead Hall of Thirsk. So long as you behave yourself, we'll get along just fine. If you want to buy some mead, just ask. If you haven't already, I suggest you introduce yourself to Skolder Wolfrunner. He's the chieftain of this mead hall, and will want to greet a new arrival. Well, I'll buy some. I already have some mead, but I'll buy some just to be polite. Up to my windows. That's mad. How much does that cost? 67 gold. What kind of an operation are you running here? What is mead? Aye, mead is the nectar of the gods. It's made from fermented honey. Where the hell are you getting honey from? And has been known to knock even the strongest Nord on her backside. So what kind of services can I get here? I sell all the mead here at Thirsk, friend. Drink and be merry. Okay. Hey, did you ever meet someone named Marissa? Talk to Eric. Talk to Eric. That's all I'll say. Eric. Okay.
You're a welcome break from the locals.
Thank you. Surprisingly friendly, this gang. Now, I have installed some mods which overhaul some interiors on Solstheim, as you might have noticed. But I did install a patch, because one of the mods removed the cliff racer, and I think the cliff racer is in Thirsk Mead Hall. I can't remember, I might be wrong. But I did install a patch to restore the cliff racer. It's not here. So maybe it's somewhere else, but I can't think of where. Maybe that's in the Skarl village, in fact. Ah, Eric the Unworthy. Well, 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 aren't you a pretty little pup? What do you want? Speak up, wench, I'm a busy man. Call me wench, I'm the Nerevarine. Nerevar what? You making fun of me, little one? I'm taller than you. No, do you know anything about Marissa? I was told that maybe you knew something. Marissa never returned. Well, isn't that sad? Boo-hoo, I don't know nothing. Who are you then? I'm a lover and a killer. What more is there to life? I'll come back to you, I already don't like you. Cool hat, though. Begrudgingly. Skjolder Wolfrunner, looks like you've got a very nice sword. Hail, good Silternalia. Skjolder Wolfrunner is my name, and I am Chieftain of Thirsk, and welcome you to our home. You'll not find a better mead hall anywhere, not even Skyrim. For 100 years, Thirsk has withstood all manner of attack, from the snow and hail to those infernal reeklings. But the mead hall still stands, and its hospitality is unmatched. Please, stay and relax, enjoy our fine drink, and seek shelter from the cold. Here, my friend, taste the nectar of shore. Ah, the reeklings, wherever they are. I met a couple of those, I killed them. That's okay then, I guess, is it? They're vicious little things. If you see one, you're in for a fight. If you see one riding a tusked bristleback, you're in for a real fight. I saw a tusked bristleback as well at one point. The tusked bristleback is a type of boar native to Solstheim. Yeah? There are lots of them around, and they're sometimes hunted for their meat. The bristlebacks can be vicious too. That's why the rakelings use them as mounts, okay. Weird, but I don't really care. Do you know anything about this Marissa person? She never returned to Fort Frostmoth. Aye, the missionary came here several weeks ago. She started talking about her shrine and then began preaching about the evils of Mead. I could tell you about the evils of Mead myself. In fact, no, we can't. She hasn't tried any yet. We reserve our judgment. Nice lass, but a little high-strung. Eric, he didn't really like what she had to say. Thought he'd teach her a lesson. I'm not really sure where she is now. Skjolder gives you a knowing look and then gestures with his head to the staircase leading to the second floor. Oh. Okay, I thought you were going to tell me that she was dead or something. Alright. A knowing look. What's going on here? Let's try some mead. Silternalia hates it. It's too sweet. There's no subtle flavours.
too sweet and too strong. It's just... It's like a blunt instrument. Just hits you with too much of everything. No subtlety.
Hey, good looking.
Skull of...
Oh, chump, not you.
Oh.
I'm still in pretty good shape, right?
God, that could have been scripted. Skull of Gris the Yellow. Who on earth is Gris the Yellow? Svenja Snowsong. I think we were told to talk to you.
Watch yourself near Eric, friend. He's a swine of a man. It's too bad he's my clan brother.
Right, okay. Eric, we pronounce it then. It's just normal Eric, okay. Hail, Enchanter. Svenja Snowsong is my name. We welcome guests here at Thirsk so long as they behave themselves. Respect my home and my clan, and we'll get along just fine. One word of advice, though. Stay clear of Eric the Unworthy. He's more trouble than he's worth. What can you tell me about Eric? Eric is a disgusting brute of a Nord. I've met Frostboars more charming than that oaf. He thinks he's a ladies' man, too. A pretty thing like you should have no problem earning his affections. Not that you'd want to. I'd like to teach him a little respect. But he's my clan brother, after all. Still, I can't say I'd cry in my mead if someone were to plant their axe in his chest. Okay, that kind of lesson you're talking about. So, speaking of Eric, do you know what's going on with him and this Marissa person who never returned? Eric knows where she is. That's all I can tell you. As much as I hate the lumbering oaf, he's still my clan brother. Okay, I think I might have a bit of a lead already. Hello. Beredit Justal. Greetings, Siltonalia. My name is Beredit Justal. Perhaps you'd like to buy one of my books. I'm a bookseller by trade, but my real passion is writing. I recently finished 2 scholarly works, Thirsk, a history, and Sovngarde, a re-examination. I have copies of both for sale, among others. Thirsk, this place is quite old then. It's like 100 years old or something, isn't it? I came to Thirsk all the way from Cyrodiil by the way of Vvardenfell. Me too. Me too, in fact. My father once visited Solstheim, you see, and as a boy I was intrigued by his exciting stories of the Nords. I was particularly fascinated with this very mead hall, its residents and their adventures, things like that. I arrived here over a year ago, and I've been living among the Nords ever since. I've been chronicling their lives, recently collected enough data to complete my history of Thirsk. Maybe we will buy a book. Sovngarde, a re-examination. The Nords believe that the god Shor constructed a magnificent fortress where valiant Nord warriors may live forever. Feasting, fighting, basically doing everything Nords like to do. The trick is finding the way in. According to legend, the entrance to Sovngarde is hidden, and only those who take up the search may ever find the way in. But according to my research, which I've chronicled in a new book, the way to Sovngarde isn't quite what they thought. Well, I didn't think we'd have a lead on finding a way to Sovngarde, but it looks like we might have. Hey, do you know about the Skarl? Oh yes, the Skarl are quite fascinating. Any study of Solstheim must include the Skarl, for they've played an integral part in shaping this island's history. Doesn't know anything about Marissa. Oh, Marissa? Talk to Eric and the Unworthy, that's all I'll say. Beredit, I will buy both of your books. They both sound rather interesting, to be honest. Thirsk, a history. Song of Uncle Sweetshare. Sovngarde, a re-examination. Bloody expensive. You think they're worth 300 gold each, do you? I mean, if you do say so yourself, alright.
Take
I
it.
am busy, so if you will excuse me.
Well, sorry. Don't let me take up too much of your time. The left one. I've got a left one. A locked door. I think I can bet on what's on the other side of that door. And this is quite... Oh, that's a nice bed. Maybe we could stay here? Maybe this room is free? The House of Troubles. I don't have a robe. You know what? It doesn't look that bad. If it gets really cold, it might be worth having. Alright, I'll take that. And now I'm running a bit short on time. What should we do? I'm either going to read a book or open this door. Let's read a book, save it for next time. Who knows what will happen when we open that door. We're going to sit in this nice warm room. And we'll save the Sovngarde book. I'm going to take the Sovngarde book back to, what's-his-face, the Undying, the Unending. Maybe there'll be an answer to finding Sovngarde in the book, but for now, let's read up on some history of this place. It seems to be a pretty important place here. Gods help us, okay. Oh, settle in. A nice long book to end the episode. On the eastern bank of Lake Fjölding stands Thirsk, a grand mead hall that serves as the home and centre of operations for a most valiant clan of Nord warriors. Approximately 100 years ago, a small group of Skarl decided to leave the main village and free themselves of their brethren's strict adherence to nature worship. They sought to live as their ancestors had in Skyrim, free to kill what they wanted when they wanted, free to worship in any manner they chose. The group braved the harsh weather and travelled south towards Lake Fjölding, where they found the perfect location for a new settlement. There, they decided to construct a grand mead hall that would serve as their new home and hunting lodge. After several months of building, the companions had completed the task and named the mead hall Thirsk. The settlers looked upon all they had accomplished and were truly proud of their accomplishment, but their happiness was short-lived, and the settlers soon learned that not everyone celebrated the construction of Thirsk. As the mead hall was being erected, so too was the noise and commotion of construction disturbing an ancient creature that lay dormant under the ice. It was a twist of irony, therefore, that as the last beam of the great hall was nailed in place, the slumbering beast did finally awaken. His ancient name was the Urdjefrykt, though the settlers knew him only as Death. The Urdjefrykt came to the newly completed mead hall and wreaked vengeance upon those who had shattered the peace of his long, cold sleep. He killed without warning, without mercy, reducing the Thirsk Nords to half their number. It was the valiant sorcerer Eldred Icelight who finally drove the beast back to his lair beneath the frozen lake and used his magicka to seal the entrance with a great wall of ice. The horror was over, but the price was great. It took the settlers 2 months to fix the damage done by the Urdjefrykt, and with so many strong hands now gone, it was slow and tedious work. Finally, Thirsk stood tall and proud once more. But even though the settlers had worked together to construct the mead hall and drive away the threat of the Urdjefrykt, tensions quickly grew over who would serve as their leader.
Most of the men considered Hrothmund the Red their de facto chieftain, as he was the strongest and most capable of the lot. But one warrior, Drengar Bronzehelm, disagreed. He thought himself the most capable to rule over Thirsk and loudly voiced his opposition to Hrothmund, knowing that conflict and discord would only serve to destroy the new life they had worked so hard to create. Hrothmund the Red exercised his only true option. He swung his great axe and beheaded Drengar Bronzehelm where he stood. The Lords appreciated more than anything a warrior's prowess in battle, and Drengar's slaying proved to them that Hrothmund was indeed the most worthy to be Thirsk's chieftain. So that the other Nords would never forget he had proven his right to lead, Hrothmund placed Drengar's head on a pedestal in the centre of Thirsk's main hall for all to see. So that's the skull we saw downstairs. Or someone else. It looks like they're gonna kill other people, we'll see. And so began Thirsk's most time-honoured tradition. Any warrior, regardless of race or sex, could claim leadership of the Mead Hall by displaying the most impressive battle trophy on the Great Hall's pedestal. So long as the spirit of Hrothmund the Red consented, that warrior would be named chieftain. Hrothmund's Bane. For 21 years, Hrothmund the Red ruled over Thirsk and its residents as chieftain, with his soft voice and great axe, which was said to be the largest weapon of its kind ever wielded by a Nord. Hrothmund brought peace and prosperity to Thirsk, but peace proved to be Hrothmund's undoing, for the mighty Nord grew restless in the warmth and safety of the Mead Hall. He longed for battle and adventure, to feel the frost in his veins once more, and could ignore the call of valour no longer. When word spread of a giant bloodthirsty white wolf terrorising travellers in the Mosring Mountains, Hrothmund took up his great axe and set out to defeat the beast alone. The men of the mountains named him Ondjage, the Fell Wolf. The beast measured as large as an ox, with fur as white as new fallen snow, and it was said no man or woman alive could bring Ondjage down. The words of the mountain folk proved true, for while Hrothmund did hew one leg from the Fell Wolf, Ondjage devoured the mighty Nord whole, leaving only his great axe as a grim reminder of the man's failure against the beast. Filled with sorrow and rage, the residents of Thirsk marched to the mountains in search of the wolf, called by them Hrothmund's Bane. Only together did they manage to slay Ondjage, and as family they feasted on his roasted flesh. The following is a list of Thirsk's chieftains since Hrothmund I ruled. We have Hrothmund the Red, Nord male, slew Drengar Bronzehelm and presented his head as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 21 years, slain and devoured by Ondjage the Fell Wolf. Isgaror Whiteweave, Nord female, slew the necromancer Hilda Wormheart and presented his heart as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 4 years. Einar, Nord male, slew the frost giant Gjorlog and presented his foot as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 6 years. Gizel Roundgut, Nord male, slew Einar and presented his sword as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 2 months. It's not very long. Einar the Younger. He didn't have long, because Einar the Younger was getting ready to take his place. Nord male, slew. He did. He killed Gizel Roundgut and presented his stomach as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 7 years. So interesting, you could kill the current chieftain and then present part of the chieftain as a trophy. Anything goes, apparently. Grotgaror, Nord male, slew the White Witch Katla and presented her staff as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 2 years. Amelie Bontecow. Bontesso. I don't know how to pronounce that. Amelie something. A Breton. She slew the last chieftain. She slew Grotgaror and presented his head as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 years. Thoromir Stormkiller. Nord male slew the brothers Annie and Ali and presented their enchanted hammers as battle trophies. Ruled over Thirsk for 16 years, a long time. Aegalith, Nord female, slew Odni the Unfaithful and presented her hand as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 8 years. Casino Aurelia, Imperial male, so the second time that has not been a Nord, slew the Imperial hero Claudius Anzione and presented his sword as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 weeks. Fraud. Ooh, what happened there? Eljar Bearskinner, Nord male, slew the Imperial fraud Casino Aurelia and presented his tongue as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 5 years. I bet that's an interesting story. Falky the Fat, Nord male, slew a pack of 6 rabid wolves and presented their claws as battle trophies. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 months, succumbed to madness and death as a result of rabies. Oh dear. Svanna the Knife, Nord female, slew Greta Wolfchild and presented her sword as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 4 years. Bainir Whitebeard, Nord male, slew 3 Orc raiders and presented their eyes as battle trophies. Ruled over Thirsk for 22 years. That's a long rule. And now we're up to date. Skjoldir Wolfrunner, Nord male. This is where the skull came from. Slew the wizard Gris the Yellow and presented his head as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 years thus far, and still chieftain as of the writing of this book. Still got more to go. Expansion. The Thirsk Mead Hall is nearly the same today as it was over 100 years ago, a testament to the quality of its construction. But while Thirsk itself did not grow, its inhabitants did, and before long the Grand Mead Hall could not house all who wished to dwell within. So, over the years, many Nords have left Thirsk to establish their own private dwellings out in the wilderness of Solstheim, relying on the island's many caves and natural shelters. But those who left are always welcome back at Thirsk, and many return frequently to enjoy the Mead Hall's hospitalities. It is also important to note that although over 100 years have passed since the group first left Skarl village, the Skarl and Thirsk Nords have always remained civil to one another and even trade resources on occasion. Relationship with the Empire. Throughout the years, the Thirsk Nords and the Empire have entered into a simple but effective relationship. They leave each other alone and everyone is happy. Soon after arriving on Solstheim, the Imperials realised that their authority on the island was limited to Fort Frostmoth and vicinity. Solstheim is, and probably always will be, a savage and frozen wasteland more suited to ancient Nord custom than conventional Imperial law. As long as the residents of Thirsk leave Fort Frostmoth in peace, the Imperials at Fort Frostmoth will reciprocate. In fact, the relationship between the two locations is fairly civil, and Thirsk Nords gained considerable favour with the Empire when they delivered the Breton fugitive Alain Montrose to the garrison at Fort Frostmoth after he attempted to hide out in Thirsk. And finally, this was one hell of a read. Law and Order. This is like 20 minutes of the episode now. Oh well, we had to do it. This was all really interesting stuff. Law and Order within Thirsk. Within the Mead Hall, the chieftain serves as judge, jury, and executioner if necessary. The reality is that Thirsk has always been a fairly peaceful place, and with camaraderie and goodwill the norm. Solstheim can be a harsh home, and the Nords of Thirsk have long realised that fighting each other isn't nearly as productive as battling the island's bears, wolves, draugrs, reiklings, and whatever other fell creatures may roam the land. Still, there is the occasional disagreement, which more often than not ends in bloodshed, and every few years someone gets it into his head to challenge the chieftain to a blood duel and try to gain possession of Thirsk. Generally speaking, the Nords of Thirsk are one big, happy, barbarian-like family,
And, like any family, they have their squabbles. Well, really cool stuff. Really glad we read that. Yeah, there's a lot to Thirsk, isn't there? Really interesting stuff. I wonder if there's if we can talk about or learn more about any of that history. Yeah, anyway, we've got some more to explore here next time, but I'm going to have to leave it there because I was already out of time, and then now I'm like 20 minutes late. Oh well. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.